All right, all right. And we are there. And we are live on the PMP network. I wish we had our own network, but it just doesn't work like that. You got to work your way up for that. Um, Otherwise, my camera right now looks like crap because I'm going through Zoom. And welcome to the live stream for the NFL. Okay, it is our our first week of predictions. Me and Caleb have been waiting for this day since we first started this thing, and when we first did the live stream for the draft special, which we will be doing that next year. And I guarantee you, I have a feeling I'm gonna be with Caleb, not on Zoom, but on YouTube Live, watching this draft special. So I'm excited to be announcing that to you guys. We may have our own little get together sometime and watch the draft special. But Caleb will be on here shortly. I'm just gonna break you down some news real quick before we get started here for the live stream for the predictions. And hey, welcome to the PMP. My name is Tyler Riddell, or you can call me TJ Riddell. My guest with me right now, he's just joining his audio. Right now, his audio is not connected. His name is not Rachel. That's his wife, first of all. And he's getting his stuff together. And we shall see him here in just a second. But for right now, let's go to speaker view right now. And I tell you what, guys, I'm excited to do this with my homeboy right now. Caleb, are you there? Oh no, he sounds mute. Can you hear me? Oh no. Your mic. You're mute. No. Some technical difficulties here for week one predictions. Yeah, I still can't hear you, bud. Let's see. No, I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me either, so that's another problem that we're gonna have here. But do check your headset and mic real quick. Yeah, just take that headset off. Might as well. Cannot hear you, good sir. Just hey, just go with the mic. Hey, let me give him a call real quick. Wait. No.
We're good? We're good? Yeah, we're good.
Yes! We can hear you!
All right.
Woo! We're in it, baby. Okay. We are live. We did all that on live. I was about to give you a call.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, welcome back, Caleb.
How's it going, man?
Your name is not Rachel Garcia, just to let the folks know. That is K-Dub. That is Caleb Wilbur. How are you doing, man? Good to see you.
Doing good. How's it going, man? Good to be back.
I am ecstatic, man. I am super excited to talk about week 1 predictions of the NFL. But we do have some sad news today. Just reported 6 hours ago on ESPN. Former Kentucky Wildcats and Baylor Bears football coach and NFL offensive lineman with the Eagles, Guy Morris, passed away today at the age of 71. He was a coach for Kentucky in 2001 and 2002. He spent 5 seasons with the Baylor Bears with a 27-54 record with both universities, by the way. And he later coached at Texas A&M Commerce for 4 years. In 2016, Morris was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. His doctor told television station WKYT in 2017 that the Alzheimer's likely was caused by Morris's football career. He played offensive line for TCU and 15 NFL seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots from 1973 to 1987, appearing in 229 games, including playoffs, and making 180 starts. The Eagles drafted him in the second round in 1973. So we kind of know this guy from our past. I actually went to a Baylor Bears spring game, and he was the coach during that time. I don't know if you remember, I had a poster of the Baylor Bears football schedule on my door. And it had Guy Morris on there, Paul Mosley, Sean Bell. We played against Sean Bell's Clifton Cubs. Remember that? But
yeah,
Guy Morris was the coach for Baylor. It's sad to see him go at such a young age. I honestly thought he was a little bit older than that. But former Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Fame quarterback Ron Jaworski mourned about Guy Morris, tweeting, "So sad to hear my great center Guy Morris has passed away. He was a true leader on our Super Bowl team. Rest in peace, my friend." The Eagles played against the Raiders in 1981 and lost 27-10 in that Super Bowl. I mean, you just got to feel for that guy. I mean, he was a former teammate, and it's kind of the same way as shout out to Booby Miles, who was on here not too long ago. His coach, Gary Gaines, passed away. So it kind of takes a toll when a former coach or a former teammate passed away on your team. But enough with the sad news. Let's talk about a couple players on some new teams, especially a guy that we never thought would go to a team that he hated a lot. And you know damn well who I'm talking about, Caleb. I might as well give you the throne for this one because this is your first time talking on here in quite some time.
Yeah, man. Jason Peters is continuing his football career, and he's been in the league for a while. I believe he actually turned 40 just recently. So, but he's still been able to play pretty solid. Yeah, he's been able to play pretty solid, and he's with the Cowboys now, which is pretty shocking. But I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen people switch teams in the division. Deshaun Jackson, a couple other players. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in our on our team there.
Yeah, and in technical terms, the Eagles fans are saying he switched to the dark side, which he said that the Cowboys he thought the Cowboys used to be arrogant, right? Now he's calling it swagger. So the Cowboys' arrogance back when he was an Eagle is now swagger. So a man can change within 8 years. And this is huge for Dallas, especially going up against a really tough Tampa Bay defense this coming up Sunday night, which I will be watching in my living room that I am in right now. We actually watched the Buccaneers and the Cowboys game together, if I'm not mistaken, last season. If I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, I believe we did. We had a collab, so that was fun.
Yeah, and also kind of an idea. What if we were together for the draft special, just sitting on a couch or something, eating snacks and drinking some nice refreshments?
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
Just watching the draft and kind of getting in, kind of just like, well, that was a dumb pick, or that was a crazy pick, crazy trade, or a crazy pickup by a certain team that we're going to talk about. Josh Gordon to the Titans.
Yeah, I love Josh Gordon, man. He has an awesome story, and I'm a Browns fan, so seeing him have this ups and downs, and when he had that one season where he had, I can't remember, I think it was 1,600 yards. He had a lot of catches. I mean, he had a lot of targets as well, but it's sad to see how his career kind of it didn't shape out like it was looking like it was going to be. Like a just a all pro every year. He's dealt with some injuries the past couple of years, and now he's just fighting to stay on a team. With the Titans, though, I think he'll be able to make the team. He's on the practice squad right now, so they're kind of working him in the system. But it's he's not a big talk around the league just because he's pretty much washed at this point. But I think he'll have some. I think he has a chance to get in that rotation there.
Yeah, and speaking of practice squad, I heard that Philip Lindsay signed with the Colts to be on the practice squad. So.
Oh yeah, they cut him from the official roster. Excuse me, but he will be on the practice squad.
Which is insane because
go ahead.
It's insane because he was a starter over at Denver, and now
it's crazy. I mean, I was listening to that franchise guy.
Shout out to that franchise guy.
Yeah, he pretty much he said it straight up. Players come into the league and they'll do this. The defensive side, they don't know anything about this guy, and he popped off the scene and was making some big explosive runs. And now look at him. He couldn't go. He went over. He didn't do very well his last year with Denver, so they let him go, let him walk. Then he went to the Texans, and the Texans just couldn't do anything. I mean, I wouldn't blame all of that on him, but he had a horrible year. Couldn't beat out.
That's a horrible organization over there, honestly. So I don't blame him for having a bad year over at Houston. They just have a terrible, terrible organization over there. Yeah. But they're starting to rebuild. They're starting to build around Davis Mills. But back to what you were saying with Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, but Philip Lindsay, he's still kind of young. He wasn't supposed to be. He was supposed to be, a guy that was going to be a rotational back, maybe not even a guy that would be able to play in the league, due to his size. But he's shown that he can overcome things, and maybe it'll be cool to see him. I don't think he'll. The thing is with the Colts, though, they already have, Jonathan Taylor, who's an emerging elite running back in this league, and then you have Nyheim Hines, who is an excellent receiving back, which every team is wanting a receiving back. So I don't see him really having a chance to even get on the field. And if Philip Lindsay is going to be able to do anything, it's going to be, I think his best option would be to just watch Nyheim Hines and try to go off after a role like that, because I don't think he can handle the hits.
Yeah, But before we get into our NFL predictions, I just want to bring up a really tough topic for some people. September 11th. We don't really remember it as well as our parents and the rest of the adults that we used to be around with. September 11th, 2001. Um, 21 years ago, man. That's it. Still hits the hearts of a lot of Americans. A lot of people weren't even born around this time. So it just whenever September 11th hits and you see the Star Spangled Banner and you see the jets flying, it just leaves a warm side in your heart. For everybody in the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, from anything like that, it was just a rough time to be around. I mean, me and Caleb were not old enough to experience it fully because we are still learning our ABCs and stuff. But man, what a sad time it was. Like just going back to it, and it still hits to this day to a lot of people. But the younger generation doesn't really know how to feel about this. Like the people that were born after 9/11 don't really know what to expect. So just a really sad time, but to experience it in a positive light, we got some really good football coming on Sunday, and it's week 1 of NFL. So let's get into it. Thursday, September 8th, possibly the best game on the schedule. I have it as my game of the week. We got Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills, the guys that fought tooth and nail against the Chiefs in the divisional round, but lost in overtime. They look to try to get close to the Super Bowl this year with possibly the most stacked team in the NFL, traveling to Los Angeles to take on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Now, I'm interested in your taking this. So, what do you think about this game? Was it a coin toss for you, or did you have a certified answer for this prediction?
I'll tell you one thing. It may not pertain to the actual game itself, but Odell Beckham was he was making a joke, I guess. He said he will sign with the winner of the Bills and Rams. He said so. Basically, at this point, he's just trying to catch up on the rings, I guess. He said he believes both can make the Super Bowl, which, yeah, no doubt. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you said it pretty well. I mean, like it's going to be a great game. It's definitely a great way to start off the season, just with these two monsters of teams, with these awesome rosters.
Possibly a Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah, I mean, that would be crazy. Started with this game and ended with the game, So
it's possible.
But the Cowboys and Browns, they big deal there. They can make it. No, I don't know.
But who do you got in the first game of the season? You got Josh Allen in the Bills or Matthew Stafford in the Rams?
I'm gonna go with. So I kind of want to lean towards the Bills, but I think I'm gonna rock with the Rams here. But it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a really nail biter. I feel like both teams are gonna go at each other. All things going as far as interceptions, even forced fumbles. It's gonna be a lot of turnovers. I think in this game, maybe 3 to 4. Combined. I think one player that would stand out. I think Dawson Knox will start to really emerge as like a good tight end this year. So
yeah,
but yeah, I think it's going to come down to the defense, and I still lean towards the Rams defense. So
yeah. So
I mean, do you want me to put a score prediction, or do you want to just?
If you want to, I mean, it's totally up to you, man. I might. You never know.
Well, score prediction. This is kind of off the airs, but yeah, I'm gonna go 30, 35 to 24 Rams.
Wow. So you're going to go with a 11-point victory for the Rams.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I have it much closer. So notable injury reports: Van Jefferson is questionable, and Quentin Morris, who's a tight end for the Buffalo Bills, is questionable. Daniel Hardy, linebacker, is on the IR. So not a whole lot of injuries in this game, but I gotta say, man, both teams look stacked. This is probably one of the most stacked games that you'll ever see in recent memory. Matthew Stafford's saying he feels good. He's ready to go into the season opener. Looks like the Bills are starting to build that chemistry around each other again after a shaky start in the preseason where they almost got into a squabble. Even the matchup predictor is very close. You got 49.6 Buffalo and 49.9 LA. So this is a toss-up game for sure. But I think it's going to be much closer. And I do have the Rams winning. But I think it's going to come down to special teams in this one. Defense is important, but so is special teams. And I think – yeah, just now. But I think the Rams are going to win 23-20 in this game.
Good one.
Yeah. So now we go into Sunday, September 11th, 2022. We got the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, traveling to the Dirty Bird Nation, the Atlanta Falcons. This one, to me, was an easy pick. I think the Saints got a lot stronger as the offseason went around. And with Tyrann Mathieu being at the helm and Jarvis Landry being at the helm, it's going to be a big help offensively for Jameis Winston. And defensively, they got a lot stronger. It was an easier pick than I anticipated. So I got New Orleans winning about 35-14 score.
Yeah, I agree totally, man. I got them winning. I got the Saints winning here 31-10. I just don't see this. I don't see the Falcons winning but maybe 2 or 3 games this year. They have a lot of question marks on their offense as far as new players coming in. That always takes time to get used to. I mean, yeah, they practice together and train together, all this stuff, but week one, actual football or actual, schemes going against, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think, and plus Jameis Winston I think he's going to be, I think he's going to have a good year as long as he can stay healthy, because what I saw last year, I'm not a big fan of him, obviously, but what I saw last year was very, very solid. He was cleaning up his throws. He made great decisions. He wasn't really forcing it like he had to. Looked pretty accurate, which he struggled with accuracy. He struggled with these things, So, yeah, I don't see it being that close of a game. I think they're going to just blow them out. Michael Thomas is back. They got Jarvis Landry, just a lot of weapons. So, they're not going to be able to stop them, man.
So, next game, we're going to go to Chicago, where the Bears or the Failures are going to square off against the San Francisco 49ers, who got back Jimmy G, who has Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel is questionable to play in this game, though. But Trey Lance is starting for San Francisco. What's your take on this game, man? Is the Bears finally going to step up to the plate, or are we going to see another blowout in Chicago?
Yeah, so I think this game's going to come down to nitty-gritty moments at the end. I actually think I'm picking the 49ers to win here. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I think Trey Lance is going to struggle. I don't really see. I can see the talent, but I just don't know. I think this is going to put a question mark on who really is the starter this year. But I think the 49ers are going to win. I pick them to win in 17-14. I call it pretty close here, not very high scoring. I think it's just going to be a boring. I mean, Debo can go off, but I think the offense is going to be kind of shaky, and the Bears might have a takeaway here and there just to keep them in the game. And I suspect Darnell Mooney to play really, really well against the 49ers secondary, having over 100 yards, maybe 6-7 catches, and really bursting on the scene as that number one wide receiver. And yeah, but I got the 49ers winning here.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. The 49ers, they got some new faces in some different areas. Defensively too, I think the 49ers got some new faces on the defensive side. I think both teams are gonna struggle. It's like you said, it's gonna be not a good game to watch if you're a fan of football. I think it's going to come down to who has the most turnovers, whoever creates the most turnovers. I do got the 49ers winning, but a little bit more stretched out. I got a 24-14 win over the Bears. So now we go from Chicago to Cincinnati, Ohio, where the runner-ups, Joey B, Jamar Chase, get to introduce the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who's the quarterback again? It's not Kenny Pickett. It's Mitch Trubisky starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm serious, folks. I just saw this, so I'm a little disgusted why they would start Mitch Trubisky over Kenny Pickett. I guess it's better.
I'm real disgusted as well there. I have to cut you off. Mason Rudolph, I think he's put a lot of time and hard work into his throwing mechanics. And, he's really good at taking hits to the head with helmets. So I think he's just tougher than these two guys. And he doesn't have small hands like Kenny Pickett. That has to wear gloves. So I'm just going to throw that joke in there because I'm spicing it up. Yeah,
you got to spice that up, especially with that bobblehead of his. I mean, have you ever seen a human being take a hit like that? Come on. Give that guy a chance. I know he lost a couple of brain cells to Myles Garrett bopping him in the head. But
he has some canoes, man. Let me tell you, because I wouldn't go against that freak.
Me neither. But the Steelers are going to play against the Bengals, first of the two matches of the AFC North rivalry between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati. I think the Bengals got this big, man. I don't think Pittsburgh has the firepower that they do. And the only thing they have is Najee Harris on the offensive side. And really, Cincinnati has really built a really good defense in the last couple of years. So, and they just got Jesse Bates back. So this is going to be a big game for Cincinnati. I got them winning 35-17.
Yeah, I agree on that, man. I think the Bengals are going to come out here just looking really solid, mistake-free football. And then on the other hand, I don't think the Steelers are going to have a bad game as far as turnovers, but I think they're going to just kind of have trouble, making those third downs. I think they're going to have trouble with big plays. I think they're going to have trouble and they're going to settle for a lot of field goals here, I see. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals as well, pretty easily, honestly. 38-9.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to see the end zone, to be honest.
Whew. Even with Deontay Johnson being at the helm for Pittsburgh, man. I mean, I guess that's because good old Mitch Trubisky's starting, huh? They got them at 38-9.
Yeah. Yep. Same song,
Well,
different dance, boys.
Yeah. Well, next game, it's pretty much no different, I believe. We got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to them knee biting. I fucking love you, man. MCDC and the Detroit Lions, who just got off of a hard knock season.
And can I add that I'm gonna say I'm a Lions fan this year, man. With as long as he's there, MCDC, man. I mean, what's not to like? I mean, the guy is just full of energy. The guy will do push-ups, do everything he can do with the team. He's a beast, man. I like him.
Yeah, former Clifton Cub, former Texas A&M Aggie.
Now, will they make the playoffs? I don't think so. I think they're going to have a closer to winning record than the last.
Last 10 years. Come on, you could say last 10 years. You could say that, but I think Philadelphia really stacked against the odds this year. I think they really built their team this year, and they are not letting up. They are going for it all this year. I know earlier we said that the Cowboys might win the division, the Eagles might win the division. It's starting to lean towards that the Eagles will win the division this year. We'll have a chance mid-season to change our standings on divisions and whatnot after looking at the mid-season, probably week 8, week 9. But who do you got in this game, man? Because I think I already got my pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the unpopular opinion. Maybe not an unpopular opinion, but definitely a reach. I'm gonna pick the Lions winning by a field goal.
What?
They're gonna pull a Lions victory, except it doesn't fall on their face, and they're actually gonna come out. All that hard knocks stuff, all that training, and all that stuff that they've been doing and put together. It's going to come together nicely. They're going to come out here and get a win. Okay? Win in Philadelphia.
Tell me you're fucking joking.
I'm not joking, man. I'm going to actually – I think they're going to come out here and they're going to get to the quarterback. They're going to pressure him. There's going to be a pick or two. And maybe one of them goes to the house, man. And I believe also Jared Goff, he's looked pretty solid in training camp, I heard. So – I'm trusting that. I don't know how I'm saying this, but yeah, I think he's going to have a better year than maybe his best year, but I don't think he'll be a top 10 quarterback. Let's not go crazy.
Yeah,
but he won't be
that's a stretch of its own.
But he won't be a bottom 10 quarterback this year. Let's put it that way, okay?
Right.
But yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions here, and it's crazy to say, but I think the Eagles are going to kind of start off slow, just kind of trying to get their offense together. Yeah, I'm going to pick them. It's not going to be a very high-scoring game either. I'm going to go 23-20.
All right. So
yeah,
with the Lions last season, though, most of their games that they have played and lost were to good teams, and they were close. Even the bad teams, they played close. So they were a couple of pieces away from getting into winning seasons. I don't think that's going to happen against the Eagles in this game. I think the Eagles are stacked this year. With that solid rookie out of Michigan, man, for Detroit, I think that's a plus defensively. Offensively, I think they are going to struggle against this Philadelphia squad. So I'm gonna have to pick the Eagles, and man, it might be a 10-point game for me.
Before you go any further, I don't know if anyone's ever thought of this, but isn't a saber-tooth lion, isn't that a thing, right?
It's a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, hold on. You know X-Men, right? I know we're going off topic here, and I'm sorry, but you know X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Who is okay? You got Wolverine, but who's the other guy? Who's that other dude?
Saber-tooth.
Right. Dang it! I was gonna say that Aiden, you can nickname him Sabretooth, but if it's a tiger, okay, never mind. Just all right, whatever.
Maybe the Nemean lion from Hercules, but not Sabretooth. Oh goodness gracious.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. So yeah, I think Philadelphia is going to win. Not bad. I just think that Detroit's going to struggle a bit on offense and might have some turnovers. It's going to be a 38-21 victory for the Eagles. I think Hurts is going to go off this year, man, especially with having A.J. Brown being there, Devontae Smith. You really built up a really good wide receiving core for Philadelphia. So I think they're going to do good this season. But moving on to Miami, where Tyreek Hill and Tua Tagovailoa will square off against Mac 10 Jones and the New England Patriots. Grumpy Bill Belichick squaring off against, I don't even know the new coach's name for Miami. Hopefully I figure that out shortly, but this is a big game for Miami, I think. I think Miami, this is a must-win and a statement win for Miami. They're without Jaden Waddle in this game. It looks like he's questionable right now, but more than likely he's not going to be able to play. But however, I don't think Tua is going to do as good what people are saying that he's going to do. A lot of people underestimated New England last season, and look what happened. The Patriots made it to the playoffs, and that was Bill Belichick and Mac Jones putting in work, you know. And New England's a young team too. So is Miami. But with Tyreek Hill being there, it kind of helps that offense out. But what about the Miami defense? The Miami defense was pretty solid last season, but they weren't good enough to beat New England last year. I'm going with New England in this game. I think New England is just going to show that they are better than Miami, and I think Miami is a little bit overrated this year. What do you think, K-Dub?
Yeah, actually, we talked about this earlier in the year. I think they're a little overrated as well. I don't think Tua is that great of a quarterback, just from like mechanically and just throw power. Just his traits aren't the greatest. I think he's just an average quarterback at best. I don't see him, even if you gave him Tyreek Hill, I don't see him. I mean, he should have a better year. You would think so, but I mean, yeah, I think the Patriots are going to come out here and play good defense and really pressure the quarterback. And then they're going to just run the ball. I think they're going to just do what they did last year, play good defense.
Play action passes too.
Right. And
that's what helped them out too with Mac Jones was throwing that play action pass against defenses. I mean, they did it to Dallas several times. So.
Right. Yeah, I got the Patriots as well here.
You got a score prediction, or are you just gonna move on?
Yeah. I think Damian Harris and Stevenson. I think combined, I think they're gonna get around 175 on the ground, and so yeah, I think they're gonna really shorten the game. You know how they've done this several times, and play smart football, and they're gonna come out winning 24-10, man.
I think it a little bit higher.
Yeah, which is crazy to think because I don't know.
I think it's gonna be like 31-17 score, 31-20. That's a more likely score right there, 31-20. So the Ravens, this year they're having contract negotiations with Lamar still, which they need to get Lamar because without Lamar, I think Baltimore will descend back down to where Cleveland was 16 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
But Baltimore is going to East Rutherford to take on the New York Jets. So my take is this: the Jets are a young team. They're starting to build around a good culture over there, but I don't think they have enough skill sets to match the Ravens in this game. I think the Ravens are going to win big. Got them winning 42-13 in this game.
Jeez. That's not what I had in mind on my end. I don't know. I think the Jets, in my opinion, I think they're going to have a pretty solid year as well. Like, I think they're going to be kind of in that Lions boat. I think they're going to figure out some things and, capitalize where they didn't last year. I think Zach Wilson will have a better year. Just added some more weapons there with wide receivers.
Oh, just to mention, for Zach Wilson, he is still questionable, so you don't know if he's going into the game. It might be Joe Flacco.
That is right. Oh, well, if that's the case,
So
then
that's why I got 42-13. Now, if Zach Wilson comes in, it's going to be a more competitive game.
Right. Yeah. I picked the Ravens here as well then, if that's the case, because he is questionable right now, he said.
Yeah, he's still questionable. He may get to play, he may not. So it'd be better if he didn't play. It wouldn't hurt the Jets if he didn't play this week. So it just gives him time to rebuild on his injury. So he had a scary injury not too long ago. So
was that knee injury? He kind of
tweaked it, but
he should be like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he should be returning, but if I'm the Jets, I would just sit him. I would just take the L and just go 0-1, and then let Zach Wilson come back in healthy. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to pick it close here. I think the Ravens are going to struggle on offense. The reason being, I think it's going to be because of the defense of the Jets. I think they're going to play good ball. I think Lamar might struggle with finding people downfield.
You think Jermaine Johnson's going to get a sack? Shout out to Coach JB, by the way. He coached Jermaine Johnson over at Independence Community College. Do you think Jermaine Johnson's going to be a big factor in this game for the Jets?
I think he'll help with the running game for sure. And then also, I think he'll have a few pressures. I mean, he might find a sack there. It just depends. I really want to see more of him. This will be a good game to see how exactly, like, where he's at. But yeah, the Ravens are going to win here. I don't see it being a high-scoring game. I think it might be closer than people might think. Just because I see a lot of question marks on the Ravens, even though they have Lamar Jackson, an elite player, just because he can do a lot of things. But yeah, I see it 24. I see it 24 to 14 on that one.
Okay.
Ravens, yeah.
Well, next game is a game that not a whole lot of people will like or be interested in. You got the Jacksonville Jags, the Duval County Cats, traveling to Washington, D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders. So, who do you got in this game and why?
You said this game was, this is all opinionated already. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like looking at these teams, I'm not a big fan of these teams, and both these teams had trouble last year. And, you would hope that the Jaguars would have a better season. I mean, I don't think it could get any worse just because so much stuff was going on and off the field. I think the Jaguars are going to pull this one out. I hate to do it to the Commanders here, but it may be bias just being a Cowboys fan. But yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to come out here. I see Trevor Lawrence playing a solid game. I think he'll have even some nice runs as well in this game. Just getting outside, they're going to try to force him. I think he'll just be able to pick up where I think he's going to play smart football. I think he's going to get what they give him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I see the Jaguars winning here. Travis Etienne, I think he'll bust on the scene, and maybe they'll question if he should be that number one guy. He has a good track record. He had that injury, so.
So from what I understand, they have him, Travis Etienne, playing like as a utility back / slot receiver type. So you'll see him in the receiving game. He's really good catching the ball. He's really good as a receiving back in general. But
definitely a good fantasy pickup, just if you think about
definitely a big flex player right there.
He's explosive too. Like he'll run through arm tackles. Like he's smaller, not the biggest dude. He's not the most powerful guy, but he's got some power behind him. But
so if you guys haven't checked out Travis Etienne, look at his Clemson film, because he didn't do very much with Jacksonville this past season because he had a season-ending injury. So, so you got the Jaguars, huh?
Jaguars here, and I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think they're going to try to. Like I said, I see Trevor Lawrence playing better ball. I think he's going to clean up some mistakes just from his rookie season. He might throw a pick, but he's going to stay on track, and they're going to get the W here. And they're going to win. They're going to win 35-21 on this one.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something about Duval County. Their strip clubs, sensations. Emerson Street, that one place, I can't remember. But anyway, Jacksonville was known for that last season with Urban Meyer. That's in the past. Now he's back with Fox Sports covering college football, which is where he needed to be. He did not need to coach NFL at all. It was a complete disastrous season last year. I think it really messed up the team's psyche because nobody really liked him. This coach coming in, I think it's Dougie Pete that's in. Doug Peterson. That's the new head coach over there. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, because I am wrong most of the time on this. But it seems like Jacksonville is starting to slowly get in the groove of building a great culture over there. And Trevor Lawrence is not a bad player. I mean, he didn't win the Heisman, but he won a national freaking championship, and he was competing with Joe Burrow and the likes of Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Fields. Him and Justin Fields had a shootout in college football, but his rookie year was a disaster due to one's incompetence and just a terrible season. Now the Commanders, on the other hand, what's their next team name again? I don't know, because that's what the fan base has been focused on instead of the football game. And apparently the freaking stadium is falling apart. So,
hey, positive though, their jerseys look good. I like their jerseys.
I do like their jerseys. I don't like the black helmets where they got the stupid W right there in the numbers. But
really?
other than that, I mean,
I like
pretty
all
debatable.
black jerseys.
I like the all red.
Yeah, the all red looks nice. I ain't gonna lie.
The all red looks nice, real nice. Real nice to lose to Jacksonville too, right? So I got Jacksonville winning this game 19-7. Next game is a grudge match.
Yeah.
This is the match that Caleb has been waiting for. You got those dirty, stinking, rotten Cleveland Browns traveling to Baker's new home, the Carolina Reapers. I mean, the Panthers. This is a matchup we've been waiting on since week 1. And Baker's been throwing shots. Kevin Stefanski's been throwing shots at Baker.
Baker's making freaking shirts. Really?
Yeah. So this has become a hype game for Baker and Cleveland. The rest of the Carolina organization seems to not realize what the hell is going on. Baker is trying to market off of this game. So, I thought it would be more interesting if Carolina went to Cleveland. But since Cleveland's going to Carolina, it's kind of like, oh, man, I'm excited. If they were to go to Cleveland, it would have been a much more anticipated game. Just imagine the dog pound in Cleveland. Just imagine the dog pound in Cleveland.
But they wouldn't go after Baker. It's not like Baker had a choice. He kind of got swept under the rug, which was. I'm not a Baker fan. I'm a Browns fan. Okay, but
yeah,
he was treated like dog crap. Let's be honest.
And Cleveland's known for that, though. They are known to bury quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's tough because
Brady
Baker
Quinn.
Baker really played his heart out. He should have threw the ball away at times. He should have taken sacks at times. But at the same time, he's a winner and he wants to compete. And you're going to go in here and take a guy that, well, it seemed nice at first, but we don't even know if he's going to even play for the Browns, really. I mean, they say he's coming back week 11, but do we really know? I don't know. So, I mean, what are we going to do? Rock with Jacoby Brissett? I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to work out, really.
I mean, Brissett's a good backup QB, though. So they might just run with Nick Chubb for the rest of the game. I mean, throw 5 passes and run the ball 80 times. I mean, I don't know what to think about this situation. I think it was a dumb idea to begin with, and I have to agree with Baker Mayfield on that aspect.
I'm getting a tingling sensation thinking this is going to be a trap game, and Baker's going to come out on top. I'm getting that feeling.
Yeah.
And I hate to go against my team, right? But the narrative, everything just seems like that's what's going to happen.
It makes sense, right? It makes sense.
Oh man.
I think the Cleveland defense is going to get after Baker, but I think Baker is going to outsmart Stefanski.
But when Baker gets, you know what I'm saying, they're going to have they're going to have to really watch McCaffrey here, because when he's getting pressured and stuff like that, they're going to have constant little screens, little dump offs to McCaffrey, making it to where Baker can get rid of the ball. So
yeah, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, DJ Moore. I mean,
yeah, they got weapons, man.
Those are not bad receivers. Those are really skilled players.
Solid.
So, what's the final score, man? Since you're saying it's a trap game for Cleveland.
So yeah, I see it as a trap game. I think it's going to be all a nail biter, though. I think it's going to be close. It don't make any sense. I don't see any team. I see. Well, they don't have Deshaun Watson, so the Panthers. It's a trap game, man. It is what it is. I just see it happening. Panthers win with a smile on their face. Baker, probably be wearing his shirt afterwards. Probably dabbing it up with.
Or during the game. Come on now. It's Baker.
Baker. Yeah, he's a competitor. I just see he's gonna have a victory lap after this one. I say the Panthers gonna win here. I'm gonna have to say 27-17 on that one.
Wow. So you got a 10-point spread. All right. So I'm gonna take my side. So Cleveland can't just run the ball all game long, and Jacoby Brissett really is below average quarterback. I I think Carolina's defense is going to play into factor in this game. I really do. Turnovers are going to be big for Carolina in this game. And I don't think Cleveland's offense is going to move the ball as much as what people think. I think Nick Chubb is going to get over 100 and possibly a 2-touchdown game, but that's about it if you're Cleveland's offense. I'm going to have to say this is going to be a 38-14 win for the Panthers. I think Baker's going to ball out in this game. Denzel Ward being there at Cleveland helps, and Myles Garrett bringing in the pressure, but I'm sorry. I got to go with the Panthers. Their skill position's just too good to – you got Christian McCaffrey and then Chuba Hubbard. I mean, got a wide variety of players that you could fit into that scheme, and Matt Rule is really on the hot seat, so this is a must-win for Carolina.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So next game, a local team for about 3 hours from where I live, the Houston Texans, possibly going on a Super Bowl run with Davis Mills, squaring off against our favorite to win the AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts. So I didn't think this through. I just picked them. I got the Colts winning this game, 45-14 in this game. I mean, Davis Mills is below average, I believe. Houston's starting to build around that offense, but they don't have anybody. They really don't have anybody. So I'm just going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say the Colts are going to dominate this game in all phases. I got the Colts winning.
Yeah, I'm agreeing on this one as well. Like, just when I look at these teams, I just see boredom.
Yeah.
I don't see like much excitement in this game. I've always been that way when the Colts and Texans played. Like, I'm talking like even 10 years ago, I always would flip the channel and be like, I'm not watching that game. See what's on Fox. And I'm just not a big Texans fan. Like, I come to realize like I just never really, I liked Arian Foster, cool. Andre Johnson, way back in the day, whatever. Just never been a big fan of Texans. So, I mean, I hate to say it because they're in Texas and that's where we're staying here. So, but yeah, Colts gonna win, man. I don't think it's gonna be close. They're trying to figure out their whole identity, but I ain't buying it.
I think Matt Ryan is gonna have a revival season, man. I think the Colts are gonna do really good this season. With the amount of skill that they have on offense, it's going to help them build on. And their defense is unbelievable. So I think the Colts are going to run through the AFC South easy in this year. So next game includes.
I got the Colts. I was going to say the Colts. I got the Colts winning 31-10 on that one, but we're good to go.
31-10. Okay, so you're more tolerable than me. As far as the Texans, right?
Right.
All right, so next game, we got Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, the Duke Blue Devil himself, traveling to Nashville, Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans. Who do you have?
Oh, easily. I got the Titans here. I'm not a fan of the Giants. Never been a fan, and they're my least favorite team. Bias? Yep. Also, I want Saquon Barkley to have 100 yards here. I am a Saquon fan just because, I watched his tape, and he was like one of the best running backs I've ever seen as far as just like his talent of speed, power, all that good stuff, man, his build. I never thought he would have injuries like this, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes people have bad luck. I think he's going to come on the scene here and he's really changed up his training. He's trying to figure out, like, why does this keep happening to me, type of thing, how NFL players get. And I think he's going to come out here, and I think he's going to have, like, 1,200, 1,300 yards rushing on the year, obviously. And then
okay.
Yeah, I was
about to say, the Titans?
No. So I think he's gonna have a big.
No.
I think he's gonna have a big year, right? I think he's gonna be a top 5 back again. Yeah, I see the Titans winning though here. I think they're gonna have some. I think it's gonna just be a low scoring game. I think it's not gonna be too exciting.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I think they have a lot of things that kind of work out. Derrick Henry. It's gonna just be a battle of the running backs here. But yeah, I got Titans winning on this one. I think both running backs will have over 100 yards. And it's, when I talk about Saquon, I'm talking about purpose yards, obviously, and then Derrick Henry. I mean, yeah, if you don't get 100, I don't know. Like, come on.
That
Yeah,
dude's a
they got
fantasy.
Kayvon
That
Thibodeau.
dude's a fantasy football That dude's a fantasy football point machine right there. I had him last season before he got injured, so I would definitely pick.
Right, I think they're gonna steamroll the Giants here. I think it's not gonna be that close, but it's not gonna be very high scoring either. I think I got it 21-6 on this one.
Well, I got a 24-0 Titans. I don't think the Giants are going to score at all. I think the Titans defense is going to shut them out. I think that Matt Vrabel is going to prove a point that we don't need AJ Brown. We don't need all these star talent that people wanted, and we could play without them guys. And also Ryan Tannehill is really on the verge of losing his starting spot. And if he doesn't do well against Giants, we might see Malik Willis play. I mean, that kid's pretty good from what I've seen in the preseason.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
We both got the Titans big in this game. Next game though is This next game is a very, very good game. I think will be decided. We got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to improve this season. I think the Packers are going to be better than what people think. Their defense is a lot better than last season. And there's some reports that are saying this is about as loaded as the 2010 Super Bowl championship team that the Green Bay Packers had. I think Dalvin Cook is going to have a pretty good game. I think Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen is going to have a pretty good game. Same way with Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a good game. The rookie from North Dakota State, Christensen, is going to have a really good game. Another game that comes down to field goals, man. And I think the Packers have got the edge on the Vikings on that. So I'm going to go with the Packers just because they've been on top of the NFC North. They've done this shit before where they don't really have any names on their roster besides Aaron Rodgers and a couple other guys on defense and really shocked the world and won the Super Bowl. So I got them winning in a close matchup, 27-24.
Yeah, that's a good one right there, man. Mine's gonna be very similar as well. Like, yeah, I've never been a big fan of Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he's usually good on paper. I mean, we all know he has trouble when he has pressure put on him. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think Rashawn Gary's going to have like 3 sacks, dude. I think he's going to bust on the scene.
Also, them rookies. Them rookies from Georgia being in Green Bay. Woo!
All right. Yeah, that would be nice to see how he done because I didn't like the pick at first, but I think it makes sense now. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the pick at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see the Packers winning here. It always seems to be a close game in my opinion with these two.
Yeah.
It's a real nice rivalry.
What was it?
I was just saying it's just a nice rivalry game.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to knock the Vikings at all. It's just the Packers always have the edge. It seems like the Packers always know the Vikings' weakness every time they play against each other. So Me and Caleb so far have one disagreement. That's a surprise to me. So.
But yeah, to make it short and sweet, I got the Packers winning. I think it's just going to come down to who's tougher at the end of the day, and I see the Packers a tougher team as far as they're going to get the tough yards, they're going to get the third downs. Yeah, I got the Packers here, and I got them winning 28-24 here.
All right, that's a good score too.
What was your score?
So
I didn't copy you, did I?
No, 27-24. So you're 1 point off.
Nice.
So next game, we got Patrick Mahomes squaring off against Cliff Kingsbury. Battle of Texas Tech. The Arizona Cardinals hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Who do you got winning this game, man? And are we going to finally have another disagreement?
This one's tough. I really am thinking Cardinals, but I don't really know why. I don't have anything behind it. I think I just want to see the Cardinals win here.
Yeah. But what do you know? Not what you feel. What do you know?
There's not a lot I do know. That's why I'm behind this mic here. But anyways,
coming from the guy that thought there was a saber-toothed lion, so
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here. I just want to get a little spicy. But yeah, the Chiefs, I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna just be, both quarterbacks are gonna show their talent in this game. I think both may throw a pick, but just keep selling it. I think it's gonna be a nice game. I really want to see. What is it? Was it Eric Reed, the safety from the Texans? No, it's not.
Yeah,
that's his brother. Starts with a J. I can't think of his name, but the guy from the Texans, Eric Reed's brother.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna have a big game for the Chiefs, but I still see the Cardinals winning here. I think it's gonna be a close one. Could even go in overtime. Honestly, I think it's gonna be real close. I got them winning. Let's see. I see it high scoring too. I don't really see both these defenses doing that great here.
Caleb's thinking Big 12.
Cardinals winning 32-28.
That's high scoring. My vision of high scoring is like 45-44. All right, so I do agree with you on certain things as far as it's going to be high scoring. I don't see the defenses actually stopping both offenses. I do see turnovers on both sides of the ball, or both oppositions. But I do think it's going to be high scoring. I don't think that the Cardinals are going to win, though. I think the Chiefs are going to win. I got the Chiefs winning 45-35 in this game. Not in overtime either, so. Yeah, so I got the Chiefs winning over the Cardinals. Next game.
Spicy
we
game.
have very spicy game. AFC West Showdown. One of the two teams that we kind of argued about early on this season. And both teams are here to prove it. The Raiders squaring off against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this is a really good game to watch, I think. This is probably going to be highlighted as game of the week after week one's over with. A lot of expectations for both teams, defensively and offensively. The Chargers brought in Khalil Mack and I can't think of the name. But you're just going to see a lot of expectations for both teams. And I don't know. This one's going to be a high-scoring game, in my opinion. I got the Raiders winning 45-42 in this game. Kato, the
45 to
floor is
42.
yours.
That's a big one. That's a
Yeah.
high-scoring game. Jeez. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, I want to say here that the Raiders. Yeah, I just can't see the Raiders losing, dude. I think they're gonna be a really tough team, but the Chargers are really tough as well. So this is like a toss-up, honestly. I'm kind of leaning towards the Raiders here. It may just be biased though. I'm more a fan of the Raiders, but it's just I can just see Devontae Adams and being an issue here. I just don't see. I mean, who's gonna guard him? Who's gonna be covering him is a question.
J.C. Jackson, that's who.
He could.
So that's going to be a highlighted matchup right there. But guess what? Derek Carr could throw it to Hunter Renfrow. He could throw it to Darren Waller. He can throw it to anybody else. He's
Yeah, I
got
think this
multiple.
one is the hardest one really to break down and really just say your piece. This one
Yeah.
probably is the hardest one this week. Honestly, I'm struggling.
Yeah, it was hard for me.
I'm gonna shoot with the Raiders.
You're going with the Raiders as well?
Yeah.
High score, low score, mid score. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 38-35 Raiders on this one. I'm gonna win by a field goal. I don't see any team really making many mistakes as far as turnovers. I think it's gonna be clean football. I think it's gonna be just well-designed plays. Punts. You're gonna have to punt the ball every now and then, but I don't see no turnovers really. I know it's hard to say, but I see both these offenses really one of the top in the league.
Yeah. Very, very tough teams to decide on. Next game was pretty hard to decide too. It'll be the Sunday night game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Jerry's World to take on our Dallas Cowboys.
Last year we were in the same week. We were in what was it, Tampa Bay though?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like we're swapping home and home games. So
it was a great game too. Great game.
Great game. Absolutely
Hard
great game.
loss.
But my problem is this with Tampa Bay right now. What is going on with Tom Brady and his personal issues? It's turning out to be that his wife Giselle is trying to leave him if he doesn't retire. And he's contemplated right now. So this is a big opportunity for Dallas right now to prove that they are a good team and to prove that they can actually fluster Tom Brady in the Bucs. And I have them winning this game. It'll be a close game, just like last season. I think it'll be a 1-point game, 31-30.
Yeah,
I just think that I think the Tony Pollard and Zeke matchup is going to be too much for the Bucs defense. With Jason Peters being there, I think it will help out the offense a lot more. And defense, I think Trevon Diggs is going to step up his game this year, and Micah Parsons, watch out. Defensive Player of the Year, watch out.
Right. I totally agree, man. So you got the Cowboys winning 31-30 here?
I do.
Yeah. Just with all the stuff that's there's been a lot of stinkers in the Buccaneers.
Not to mention injuries too, man. Like they lost Jensen.
Injuries, just the drama with some things that I mean they're gonna come together, they're gonna play good football. But I just can see the Buccaneers losing this game, but bouncing back and having, a really good game the next week. I see the Cowboys just being at home. I see that's in their favor. I could see CeeDee Lamb going off here.
Yeah. And also not to mention that Dallas crowd is pretty rowdy during the season opener too, so I mean, last season, Philadelphia had a lot of trouble with Dallas, and that was a playoff team.
Right.
But also,
They barely made it in
then
there.
yeah, but then again, San Francisco kind of stunk up our playoff run. So yeah, it's here and there for Dallas. So if we get the Dallas Cowboys that played well against the Commanders and the Eagles last season, I think Tampa Bay's in for a rude awakening. But if we get the Cowboys that played against the 49ers, man, it's going to be a long season. But you got
Right.
Dallas as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go Dallas here, 30-27. And Tom Brady will have the ball at the end here, but I just see – I think the Cowboys are going to be able to get the momentum on their side, I think they're going to get to the Tom Brady, and he's going to get a little angry, and you know how it goes, man. I mean, a lot of times –
And he's already having personal issues. He's already having personal issues too. So this is going to be a big thing if Dallas is able to hold on and beat Tom Brady with his personal issues going on at the house. So
yeah, I think it's a make or break game. Make or break game on that one for sure.
Oh, for sure. Next game though, Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
Oh, God,
Monday night. Bronco Nation rides with Russell Wilson back to his home, Seattle, Washington, as he plays his former team, the Seattle Seahawks, who I believe they have a tremendous respect for Russell Wilson after bringing home a Super Bowl with the Legion of Boom. I mean, that's like 7 years ago too. So, or actually now 10 years ago, right? If I'm not mistaken, 10 years ago.
Was it 2015?
It was 2015, so about 7 years ago. So,
or 2014, I think. But yeah, you're pretty close.
Pretty close. I don't remember. I'm old.
It was 2014.
Yeah. So, Caleb, I'm going to let you give your pick out. Who do you have winning this game and why?
Yeah, it's an easy win. I'm going to ride on to victory with my boy. So, hold on. Sorry. I had to confirm something. Yeah, it was 2014. Sorry, I had to confirm that. They destroyed the
Peyton Manning and the Broncos.
Yeah. They beat them 43-8. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, but yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos here, man. I don't think it's going to be close. I like the narrative. I like what they're trying to do here to spice things up. But, yeah, man. It's just – I think they have a lot of firepower. I love – they got so much depth on offense. And you know Broncos and – what's up?
You know what's crazy, though? That trade with the Broncos and the Seahawks didn't get shit out of it. And now they're playing against the Broncos.
Yeah.
No, boy.
Who's the average, above average tight end. And then, yeah, because, Smith is a starter. That's interesting to see him come out and play. I mean, I would like him to do pretty good, but I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he's better than his Jets days, but I just don't see a lot of help coming his way to make him or let him succeed. And then just the Broncos, they got a solid defense all around. Yeah, it's gonna get ugly, man. I don't see this being a close game at all. If there's gonna be a blowout, I see this as a blowout here. I got this one 42-9 on this one. I don't see them getting in the end zone.
Okay. Well, I got the Seahawks winning.
You're so stupid.
I'm just kidding. You thought I was serious. You thought I was serious. Okay.
No, I wasn't, dude.
All right. So I got the Broncos winning big in this game. I think it's going to go into the 50s in this one. 56-3. I don't think the Seahawks have a absolute God-blessing chance to even get into the end zone. I think the furthest they'll ever go is about the 35-yard line, and that's for a field goal attempt late in the fourth quarter against Denver's third-string defense. So I think the Broncos are going to be good this season. I think all the AFC West is going to be outstanding. But Seattle is in a phase where it's weird. Like, you don't know what to expect. Like, how bad are they going to be? Normally, you look at it as, oh, it's either a Jets season or a Lions season. But this particular franchise here, you don't know what the fuck is going on over there in Seattle. So, I don't know, man. I got the Broncos up 56-3 in this game. But that concludes the NFL Week 1 predictions here on the PMP live on YouTube. And for some of us that share our podcast onto Facebook. But Caleb, you got any final thoughts, and what's your take on this week? Who do you think is going to shine, and who do you think is going to fall? Let's go, baby.
Yeah. I'm very excited for football to be back, man. I've been waiting so long. I love it. I try to watch every game. If not, I catch all the highlights. You know me, I got to get on that college ball, but, this is where I think I shine as far as levels of football, of knowing things. But, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm a Cowboys-Browns fan, and, there's a big chance that both of my teams lose this week, but I'm going to go and say I'm going to split it. And, like I said, Browns losing and Cowboys going to be shining bright like a diamond. Rihanna, okay.
Okay. Okay. All right, so my final thoughts. NFL football is back. Me and Caleb are back. And actually, we're going to stay consistent with this PMP. And like I said on Facebook and Twitter, we're going to start doing a doubleheader. Sorry, Mr. Mike, I didn't mean to hurt you. But anyway, we're going to have a doubleheader every Tuesday or Thursday. So with that being said, that's going to be my call if we need to go on Tuesdays or we need to go on Thursdays. Mainly want to go on Thursdays, but due to this week's schedule, I have to do it on Tuesdays. So next week, I'll be able to do the NFL on Thursday, but I won't be able to do the college on Thursdays. I'll have to end up doing it on Tuesdays for next week. And more will come. And I honestly want to make a schedule for us, K-Dub, so that way we can actually find out when we're going to be on, when we're not going to be on for that. But that'll be between us. Y'all just will know when we're coming on. So for you, Mafia members, I'm pointing at you. We're here. We're back. Football is here. Already just got done covering week 1 recap of college football, and I did my week 2 predictions. I did fucking phenomenal on my predictions for college football. I only got 3 wrong out of top 25 and marquee matchups. So screw you, Paul Feinbaum, if you think I'm stupid. Oh, wait, I'm a Longhorn fan. That's right. I am stupid. But anyway, we're back. We're here. And we only had 2 disagreements. And that was the Lions and the Eagles game and the Cardinals and Chiefs game. Hard choices, right? So stay tuned for more. Stay tuned. As we are the cream of the crop in all of football podcasting. We are here live every chance we get On Tuesdays, Thursdays, we are the PMP. Thank you so much for watching tonight, folks. I'm glad that you have to deal with their idiotic tendencies around each other. And good night, mwah, and goodbye. Bang.
Merch in the description.